All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna talk Super Bowl 49. We're gonna talk the we're gonna talk the biggest interception in Super Bowl history. If you guys may call it that, I'm just not gonna call it that myself. But we can safely agree to disagree for anyone who thinks so. Now, um, hold on. I just gotta do one more thing, then I'll be right back on this link. Not yeah, link. But here we are. This is the link that Sierra sent to me. Little Tom Brady 8 on Instagram. Shout out to Sierra. She sent me the. She inboxed me this. She inboxed me this link. I told her I do the video. Told her I shout her out everything, and I had to. I had to come through as promised. So we're gonna read into this. We're gonna do an online read. Yep. Of retired NFL lineman Jeff Swartz article from June 5th, 2018. So it's been a little over 2 years since this article has been put out, and I guess she sent this to to people like me who are still angry that this happened. I'm gonna explain why I'm so angry that this happened. But let's just read through the article before we get through the opinions. Retired NFL lineman Jeff Swartz sets the record straight. It's time to stop being mad at the Seahawks for throwing the ball at the 1 yard line in Super Bowl 49. Okay, here we go. We're going to scroll down. At the end of Super Bowl 49, the Seattle Seahawks lost the game when they threw the ball at the 1 yard line and Patriots cornerback Malcolm Butler jumped the route for a game-sealing interception. Since that day, people blabbed non-stop about Seattle's mistake not handing the ball to Marshawn Lynch at the moment. I'm here to set something straight. Seattle had to throw the ball. The New England's defensive alignment didn't leave them any other choice. Now, I don't believe one word of that, other than the obvious result of the Seahawks losing the Super Bowl and Malcolm Butler getting an interception. I don't believe a single word after that first sentence. But let's just read on. I've always been fascinated, as Jeff Swartz said, I've always been fascinated to see the reaction to play calling on the interweb. If it works, it was genius. If it didn't, it was a terrible play call. There is nuance to this stuff. Well, it doesn't always work like that, but when you obviously see with your eyes that something is easy and it's just not easily done, I mean, what are you left to say? But back to the article. Yes, there are times where a play call is a genius. The play sequencing sets up a home run, it sets up a great matchup because of the formation and so on. We can see that. There are also times when teams get lucky. They call a poor play call, but it works out anyway. Not every play call is the best one, even if it works. And vice versa, if a play call doesn't work, it's not the worst decision ever. There are times where the opposite side of the ball wins a rep. My favorite offensive line coach would tell us the defense just wins a rep sometimes. It can happen. The best design plays can get beaten by a defense that's well prepared. So where does this fit into the final offensive play for the Seahawks in their last Super Bowl appearance? Yes, where does it fit? Please let me know. But this is why we're reading. On the previous play, the Seahawks handed the ball to Lynch and he was tripped up at one. As the clock ran down, the Patriots declined to take a timeout, but instead ran a defensive look they hadn't shown often. The Seahawks stayed in their 11 personnel and a mismatch was created. What the Patriots did was unique, another reminder of what makes Bill Belichick a remarkable coach. They went with a goal line front with a nickel secondary. They had 6 plus a man coverage player over the tight end, lined up over the offensive line with a single linebacker in the box. Okay, in most goal line defenses, there isn't a third defensive back, commonly known as a nickel defender. Now, this is the formation that they're telling us that got the Patriots to win. This is the formation. All right, so you got three corners. Um, you got three corners, four linebackers, and four defensive linemen. For those who argue that Seahawks should have run the ball, where would you have liked them to run it? There are 8 defenders in the box against 6 blockers. They have leverage based on alignment against a possible inside zone from shotgun. Here's what Russell Wilson saw at the time. There's nowhere to run. So wait a minute. There's nowhere to run. So Marshawn Lynch, beast mode, couldn't handle this. Is basically what Jeff Schwartz is saying. Passing the ball was the best option in the situation. Against man coverage, a pick play was a sound choice. This is a fair enough. There's a fair enough argument to be made that Seattle could have called a different pass play to one of its more experienced options. However, given the pre-snap look, Wilson had to expect possible zero coverage, where everyone who's not guarding an offensive player in the route is rushing the passer. That doesn't leave much time for much of a route concept. This play, in theory, is a great press man coverage beater. Sometimes the defense just wins a rep. That's exactly what happens on this play, and it's beautifully told in this YouTube clip from Do Your Job. Now, we're going to watch this clip. Video unavailable. Good, because I didn't want to personally watch that anyways. Clearly, New England was prepared for the pick play, and it was executed brilliantly. If you want to get upset with the Seahawks, and you used to be upset they weren't as prepared for the situation as the Patriots were. I've always said one of Belichick's best traits is his ability to force teams into mistakes, or better yet, he eliminates terrible mistakes by his team. This is what happened here. Alright, this felt like therapy. I need to get all of this off my chest. Okay, so we read through all of that. And so we saw the formation. And so basically, we were reminded of the formation that was set up against the run. Now, I'm not going to lie. I didn't specifically remember which formation it was. But even though I watched this exact play over and over many times. But I do know, and let me show you what I know, all right? Because from what I see, right? Let's see. Let's just see Marshawn Lynch Super Bowl 49 highlights. I would go through the whole postseason and go through the whole season, but it's the Super Bowl. It's only right you gotta look at the Super Bowl highlights. Super Bowl 49. Let's just check this out. So let's just check this out. Look. Look. Marshawn Lynch, give him a little space. They hit the big pass, and now the running game finally opens up. Look at that. Tied 14-14. Look at that. Look. Look out. The Patriots knew that to start the second out of the 18-yard line. Lynch still going to the 4. It allows him to make these lateral cuts and people really good tackling. Here he goes. Beast mode. The empty backfield. Wilson down the sideline. Lynch makes the catch. And he'll get tackled. So this brilliant defense let Marshawn Lynch, our running back, catch a sideline pass. And so basically, Marshawn Lynch did all this. I'm gonna play it over. I'm gonna play it over because Marshawn Lynch was one of the day when he happened to start with Skittles. Wilson. Now look. So Lynch, touchdown. Marshawn Lynch, you give him a little space. They hit the big pass, and now the running game finally opens. Marshawn Lynch was one of the day when he happened to start with Skittles. Now I'm not gonna lie. The way this is set up is not the same formation as that last play. It's not. It's not the same distance from the end zone. It's not. But with beast mode, even further back, with all those guys up front. Touchdown. fought his way through that, right? Even commentary said you give him a little space. A little space, not a lot, not enough, a little space, and that happens. This is what could have happened at the last play of that game. But according to Jeff Schwartz, and according to the play, this quote unquote didn't allow that.